Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my video, and as I promised you in my previous video that I'll be back with more information about TR to PR pathway. So in this video we are going to follow the application guide and I'll try to answer as many as question you guys have in your mind. So before starting the video, please note that this video is only for information purpose. So the first step is to check your eligibility. So there is an eligibility tool. When you click the tool, there are so many questionnaires that you have to answer to determine your eligibility. So there are some basic eligibility questions that are you currently in Canada, you must be in Canada. Do you have valid study or work permit? Yes. So I'll just answer this question. If you are a recent student graduate, then you can click yes, and you must have your IELTS done with CLB 5. So yes, you are eligible for this program. Now when you click how to apply, you will be landed on this page. Now we are going back to the guide. So it says here that biometrics requirement, you and your family members may need to appear in person to have your fingerprints and photograph. But for the biometric, if you have given your biometrics within last 10 years, then you might not have to give your biometrics. And to check out that requirement, please click on this biometrics and you will find all your answer. Now the step 1 is about the documents. Now what documents do I need? So number 1, proof of entry and status in Canada. So what this means is you need to provide the proof that you are currently on valid status in Canada. So you must have to submit your recent immigration documents such as work permit or study permit. Now number 2 is proof of current employment in Canada. So in order to be eligible for this program, you must be currently working in any job. It doesn't have to be your NOC category job. It doesn't have to be your part-time or full-time. You can work on any job. So in order to prove that, you have to provide a copy of your work permits, then employer reference letter from your current employer, and the letter must include the location of work, specific period of employment, means dates, your description of your main responsibilities, your salary, your hours of work per week, your employer name, signature, and full address. And you must include your most recent pay stubs to prove that you are currently working. So these are the must requirement from IRCC as per the guideline. But I know some of them will not have current work reference letter, but you have to do what is best for you. So if you don't have the current work reference letter, then you have to put your job offer letter with your most recent pay stubs and work permit that will show that you are currently working. Now number 3, proof of language, means your IELTS results, and these are the documents which are program specific document. For example, if you are qualified for healthcare stream or essential non-healthcare stream, then you must have 1 year of work experience or equivalent part-time experience as long as you have worked 1560 hours, and you have to provide that work experience letters including this information. Also, you have to include copies of your T4 and pay stubs. Now, if you are international student graduates, then you must have to provide proof of completed study in Canada. And these are the must document: your final transcript and letter from institution of the formal notice of graduation. So if your degree has not been conferred yet, then you need to provide a letter from institution about the notice of graduation and a final transcript. And a final means, I believe that it should be your official transcript, and this letter and transcript must show this type of information. So the type of credential granted means degree, diploma, certificate, your length of your program, you were authorized to study for duration of studies, and the date of completion and name of the school that grants degree, diploma, certificate or attestation. Now, you don't need to have your PGWP in order to qualify for this stream. Now, if your any of your certificate are not in English or French, then you need to translate this. Now, step number 2, complete the application. Now, this is the important step that you need to fill out all your application forms. Here is the generic application form for Canada, IMM 0008. Now, if you have dependent, then you need to fill out this form. Then you need to fill out Schedule A, background declaration, additional family information, Schedule 3, temporary resident to permanent residence, and supplementary information about your travels. And these are the forms and these are the other forms. If that's applicable to you, then you have to fill it out. So we will come back to these forms. Afterwards. After that, what are the supporting documents? Copy of your passport. So you need to provide the front and last page of your passport, which says your name, your address, your passport number, date of birth, everything. And to be sure, you can also provide the stamped page of your passport. Now, number 2, identity and civil status document means your birth certificates or your marriage certificate or your divorce certificate. But if you are single and if you don't need this, then I believe the passport will be fine. Now, the immigration medical exam, PCC, photos and fee. So we are going to check it out here. So for medical exam, if you have given your medical exam upfront, then you need to upload that form. And here it says, please provide a copy of one of these documents or from your previous medical exam when you apply online. It doesn't matter how long ago you had your exam. So if you have done your medical exams while you are coming as a student or as a worker, then that medical exam will be fine. You can upload that form. And if IRCC cannot use your old results, then IRCC will send you an instruction on how to get your medical exams done after you submit your application. And for some reason, if you are unable to book your exam, or for some reason if you are unable to get your exams done at the time of application, then you can provide a proof that your medical appointment has been scheduled, including the name of panel physician, the date and the time of your application. And you can also provide a letter of explanation about your past efforts. Now the same thing with police clearance certificates. Now you must have to provide PCC report after you turn 18 and you live 6 months or more in a row in any country. And again, if you cannot get your PCC done, then you can just provide a proof that you applied for PCC or you tried to get your PCC, but due to such and such reasons like COVID pandemic, you were unable to get your PCC done. And with a letter of explanation, you can provide any proof that you have about requesting PCC for any countries. After that, the photo requirement. So there is a photo specification here. When you click, you will find that about the photo specification. I know that you are unable to go to the photo studio as of now and unable to click a picture. So here you need to be creative. You need to use your Google tools in order to get your photo. After that, you need to upload the receipt showing the amount of fees paid. And to pay the fees, as I showed you in my previous video what to do, and please pay the fees and upload that fee confirmation receipt here with the application. Now we are again back to this application form. So IMM 0008. So here there is all the information that how you should fill out your information and answer to all the questionnaires. So just for your information, we are going to open that one of the form. So here, when you are applying, you need to select economic, and the second field you need to select the TR to PR pathway. Then after, just fill out all the information, and after you fill out all the information, you don't have to print the form out. You just have to fill out all the information and click validate. After you click the validate button, there will be a couple of barcodes. So here you cannot sign or you cannot do anything, so you have to click no, that you are not giving consent to be contacted by CIC or any other organization at CIC's request in future. That will not hurt your application. Here also you can select no and just put your signature here and the date and click the validate button. After you validate your form, there will be a couple of barcodes generated. We are gonna see that barcodes, how it looks like. These are all the questionnaire details. Okay. After that, these type of barcodes will be generated, and if you are missing any of the information, then it will be outlined with red description what is missing. And if barcode doesn't appear, then you have to fix the issue. After that, you don't have to print this form. Do not use signature panel. Just save the form and upload this form in the application. Okay. Now if you have your spouse, then the same. Now if you have your spouse, then you have to fill out the IMM dependent form. After that, number 2, schedule A, so background or declaration form. After you fill out the schedule A, you need to read all the statement and sections carefully, and do not complete the schedule and do not complete the bottom section of schedule A. So we are gonna see how the schedule A looks like. So this is the schedule A. So now here, so this is the schedule A. You have to fill out this form with all your information. Okay, and then here you need to fill out everything. So here there is one problem, that you will be unable to sign the form. So what you have to do, just print the form. I'm just giving any name, 1 2 3. Okay, now open that form. Okay, now open that particular form, scroll down, and here in signature panel, there is a signature panel here in a PDF. You can just put any signature and just put it. Okay, just close it, and this is your form ready with your signature. So how easy that is, right? Now additional family information form. So for that, we are going to open that and just fill out all the information here. Here also you cannot sign, so follow the same thing. Just print out the form in PDF and just upload it and just sign it. Okay. In every form they are saying that sign and date the declaration. So now schedule 3. So this is an important form for temporary resident to permanent resident pathway. So this is the schedule 3 form. Now you have to fill out this form, and now you have to fill out this form, and this is very easy form. You can just write all the information and just sign here, but here also you won't be able to sign anything. So what you have to do is just print the form. Just print the form in PDF format. For example, I'm gonna show you again. Just when you print it, I'm just gonna rename it 456. Okay, I'm gonna close this and just open that 456. So when I open that, it will look like this. Okay, and here I can just, sorry, not this one, here I can just get the signature button, I can just sign it, and also I can just here date it in this format. So as of today I'm just gonna this one. So this is your form, so this is your form completed. Okay, so because here also they are saying that signature and date. Okay, same thing with travel, form, just fill out that form. So same thing with all of these forms. Okay, after that the most important thing is to pay your fees. Now if you have already paid your fees, then keep that receipt and upload it. Okay, and the last step is to submit the application. So here when you click login, and when the portal will be online tomorrow around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're gonna upload all these documents and just submit your application. And once you submit your application, let me show you what's gonna be happening. So your application will be checked for completeness, then after you will get acknowledgement receipt, and then your application will be in process. And then if your application is successful, then you and your family members will receive status as permanent residents of Canada. And you have to make sure that you upload all the correct documents, all correct forms, and all your correct information. So this was a pretty easy and simple process for TR to PR pathway. Now if you have any questions or concerns, then please comment me in the comment box below. And again, this video is only for informative purpose. I hope you all get approved in this program and you get your permanent residence soon. Thank you so much for watching the video.